glad rags. Hey. I'm having a giraffe. It's always a joy to see you. I miss you. Ever since your mother. Well, the social worker. She visits once a week, and because of my surname, I'm the last on her list, so she comes on Sunday, and we always have a little roast together. I cook it, but she brings the ingredients. Beef, if I can, but well, they try to keep an eye on what I eat, keep my salt down, things like that. Oh, it used to be different. We were told that it was good to have a steak for breakfast. I never did though. I am glad that you came. Not just to see a wonderful face, but I was going through some of my old things, and I found some items that, well, I thought you might like. But you tell me if you want them or not. You don't have to keep them just because I have them, just because they're mine. Although some of them are your grandfather's, my dad's. Take a look. I keep them in this rather nice box. Let's see. Right. What treasures. Well, my old pipe. No, I wouldn't suppose you'd want this. I tell you though, it served me well. Oh, we're not allowed to smoke in the sheltered accommodation. Nope. I especially get into a lot of trouble if I do, if I'm caught. Anyway, you won't want that. But this. Look at these. Sorry, my left arm's been acting up again. You see this? This is mine. Now, you might think it looks like a war medal or something, or some kind of Masonic sign, but no. This is for 10 years of safe driving. I don't think they give them out anymore, but I got this because I hadn't been in a crash. But the truth is, well, your grandmother took the blame for one that I did, just so I could get the medal. But look here, this. Look how beautiful that is. Well, that's George. Not his, though. This belonged to my father, your grandfather. It was given to him posthumously. Yes. Well, that's where he fell. That's where we lost him. But we keep little bits of him. This is one for bravery. But to be, this isn't what really represents him. You keep the medals, yes, put them there. You take them when you go. This, look at this. What do you suppose that is? It's metal. Well, this is a bullet. It's a letter opener. Quite sharp too. Dad made it. He made this when he was in the trenches. In the Great War, they made a rather big thing of making sure that belongings and such got back to relatives. Your grandfather, well, he was a hero. He was a medic. German bombing, trenches. It was an entirely different war to the one that I was in, to the one I remember. Oh, I miss him. And I'm sorry you never met him. He was a wonderful man. He was a tailor. Please, would you keep this? It's not worth anything, but it's worth a lot to me. Thank you. And here we go. Oh, little books and things. This was my identity card. I had to carry it around everywhere with me. And then this, found a 16s. This one isn't filled out, I don't know. So let's see. Now, you know I was an airman. This is a guide for all airmen on the do's and don'ts if you're in a crash. Now, the funny thing is with this, you see here, it says not to be carried in the aircraft. So how are you supposed to know? This is your grandfather's national insurance. Lots of books. It takes me back. This was your mother's. It's a little chauvinist, but I hope that you can forgive the times. Wartime cookery to save fuel and value. And here's a ration book. So, you take these with you every day down to the butchers, down to the shops, and you get your set amount of food. Memory. They didn't know. How could they? They didn't know what they were getting into. It had never happened before. Something like that. A war. So encompassing. So engulfing. Do you want to join? Look. You wouldn't get away with a lot of that stuff nowadays, I tell you. All of these papers and things. You can have them if you want. You don't have to keep them. No, it's all right. Look at that. St. Paul's. Of course, we didn't live in London, but we did all we could to protect that city. Officers' mess rules. No, I was an officer, of course. Loads of old papers, letters, old non-stock requisitions, everything. Yeah, well, sorry. I forgot. Don't think I ever told you about him, did I? Why would I? His name's Charlie. I'm sorry, dear. Please forgive me. It was such a long time ago. I miss him. I'm sorry. I could talk to you about him if you wanted. But only with your permission. It's not a good story. And wait, there are some other things I must give you. No, let me. They're just over here. Alright? Back in a moment. You sit tight. Castle, okay? Yes. I had a fall the other day, so they're all buzzing around, worried about me. This is my friend Charlie. Arsene Charlie. Let me give you a couple of things, then I'll tell you what happened. The first thing I'm going to give to you, you mustn't show anyone, you'll get into trouble. Don't worry, it's decommissioned. Well, ish. There are no bullets. This was your grandfather's service revolver, a Webley. He took it to war, and when they sent me his trench heart, they sent this too. And then I took it to war. It protects us. It's not an instrument for killing. It's an instrument for protection, deterrence. I've no doubt that your grandfather used it. I never fired it. Well, not at anyone. But I kept it with me all these years. It's probably older than me. I want you to have it. But you have to promise me that you'll never fire it in anger or use it to cause harm. Keep it safe, and it might keep you safe. And this old thing. Now, you remember going up near Shawbury. It's where I learned to fly. It's where I got my stripes. You remember? Do you remember the evacuees? I believe you looked after a little Russian boy, wasn't it? Alex or something. Anyway, I took this all the way from Shawbury to what I thought was Germany. It turned out to be Austria. And it's a story I've never told anyone. But I'd like to tell you, if that's all right. And I'd like you to keep this as well, please. You see, Charlie and I, we flew together. We were friends, comrades. Called him Arsene Charlie because, well, his name was Charlie, but also it was a role on the plane, you see. The person at the back, if you like. We'd usually give it to people we didn't like. But I liked Charlie, and I wanted him close to me on the mission we were going on. The Ruhr Valley, Happy Valley. That's where we were flying. To bomb the snot out of them. But me and Charlie, we got shot down. We landed in a wood. Now, I thought we were done for, I'll be honest. I was going to burn that coat, that wood, I didn't even know how to bloody use the gun. I was an airman. That's what I wanted to do. That's how I wanted to help. Anyway, we got shot down. We survived. I thought we were in Germany. We weren't. We were lucky. The luckiest buggers around. We were captured by two ever so kind Germans. Lovely fellows. We were beaten up. I suffered head trauma. That's why my left arm doesn't work anymore. And they took pity on us. And they took us to a place I never thought I'd see the like of. Schloss Itter in Austria. This castle. Amazing. Like a fairy tale. Me and Charlie, we couldn't believe our luck. We were being fed every day. We had rooms we had to share, but we didn't mind. It was, it must have been 13th century. This castle, this keep. And they'd been, the Germans, they'd been storing all sorts of strange prisoners there. You wouldn't believe it. I met the Latier, rattle, generals, commonly princes, mistresses. For some reason, the Germans had stored all these poshos in this old castle in one place. And for some baffling reason, that's where me and Charlie ended up. I thought we were going to be killed. But it couldn't have been nicer. And with those artists, those generals, those French dignitaries, and might I add, very kind guards. Me and Charlie, we lived out a little fantasy. You see, he wasn't just my friend, I loved him. I loved him. But then, now, you know how it is. You know, you and your mother. But this fantasy castle, for a while, at least, we could be how we truly were. And then the war ended. Don't get me wrong, I was glad. But this was it. Americans, GIs, incredible heroes. They got wind of this castle in the Austrian hills that had prisoners in it. And because the Germans knew that they were now losing the war, they sent a detachment, Waffen SS, to kill us, all of us, the French, anyone else there. And then the damnedest thing the SS. They were on their way to kill us. They wanted to eliminate any trace of who they were, what they'd done. But the Wehrmacht guard, the guards who've been looking after us, really, all that time, they welcomed the GIs, the Americans, and they turned their guns on the SS, on the Waffen SS. They turned on their own allies to save us. I'd never seen anything like it. Schloss Itter. That fantasy. But my friend, Charlie, he didn't make it. He got caught in the gunfire. And like I said, I was no good. No good with a pistol. The GIs and the Wehrmacht, they saved us. Me. Not Charlie, but it wasn't their fault. They were heroes. No one sings about them. Anyway, the Germans, the guards, kept all of my things. This picture is the only thing I have to remind me of Charlie. That and these memories. And I've never told anyone any of that. When I got home, I saw what they did. What they did to people like Turing, the man who won the war. And Charlie was dead. And I love you, and I love your mother. So it made sense to leave that fantasy at Schloss Itter. That memory would have died with me. Now it lives with you. I hope you don't think me a monster, or think me disgusting, or a liar. I wouldn't blame you. It was a different world, darling. It was a different world. You mean the Russian boy? Who else could you mean? Darling, you don't have a brother. You must be tired. I am. I've talked quite enough. Could I ask you to do one thing for me? Oh, sweet. Keep those things safe, obviously. But I can't trust myself anymore. I can't look after anything, and I rather feel that I'm on my way out. Don't worry, I've got a while left, but that story, will you keep it safe too, for me, for your father? Would you keep Charlie safe for me, please? No. I don't need to look at the picture. He's here. He always will be. Look. Oh, thank you. Thank you for visiting. I'm rather tired now, but I mean it. I'm so grateful to have you. I love you, dear. I hope you don't think less of your father. Know that he loves you very much. You can stay a while if you like. Maybe we'll watch some of the tube or listen to the radio, or if you like, just boil a few eggs or something.